Morning, Ms. Zen. Could you tell us about the pushing and pulling or mechanism and how it holds us back? Pushing and pulling, attachment and rejecting, right? Selecting and dis- uh, discarding. Actually, the pushing and pulling mechanism happens in everyday life. Like I welcome pulling a cup of coffee this morning. Sometimes it's a need for the physical body, sometimes a need for the emotional satisfaction. As long as you see it, you're safe. As long as you can let it go. For example, if I run out of coffee tomorrow, I don't have coffee anymore. I could drink a cup of tea. You'll not stick to any choices, either pushing or pulling. You're open and see that pushing and pulling once it arises. Sometimes neutral, like a cup of coffee, or you prefer tea, or somebody prefer, pure water. As long as you see that, again, the emptiness of all the interests, habits, tendencies, because all these emptiness has two meanings. The first one is all our pushing and pulling mechanism or hidden patterns are based on karmic force, cause and reason, cause and effect, cause and effect. There's so many little trivial reasons behind every action, either pushing or pulling, either attach or rejecting. There's a chain of cause and effect that could be goes back to years ago, goes back to a person or situation or repetitive environment or situation that make us have this kind of pushing and pulling. It's not a single event or single cause. You see the karmic force of your every action and you allow it. You don't push it. You allow it first, then you may change if you want to change in a better way. But no matter which direction you choose, you see your choices too. For example, I didn't meditate 10 years back, okay? 10 years ago, I didn't meditate. I do not. But starting from one day 10 years ago, I started meditate because there's a cause and effect. I started to listen to a monk, the speech of a monk. I'm a little bit interesting. I don't know why. I just started, not every day, but like twice a week or 3 times a week. I'll have a little bit taste. Then I continue on, read more. I have that good conditioning, a good pulling. Sometimes pushing or pulling could be a good way too. You push away the person who hurt you. It's a protection, right? Anyway, you see that pushing and you see that pulling, you're safe. But until one day, you see emptiness also, meaning all these cause and effect, all this pushing and pulling are empty because they do not have has true self in it. It's like the play of awareness. And once you know the awareness is behind all pushing and pulling, then you're safe because you don't lose yourself in the pushing and pulling. That's the baseline. No matter it's pushing or pulling or just letting go, even that letting go is observed, is perceived by the awareness. The awareness is already perfect and pure, is always calm and still. The awareness, the pure consciousness is already safe. So nothing can hold it back. That's an important principle. No matter you are holds it back, or you're pushing or pulling, you're letting go, your meditation, you just all the practice or knowledge is to recognize that you are already perfect, complete, sufficient originally. You recognize your Buddha nature. In Buddha's eye, everybody is a Buddha because he saw himself in that way. He saw everybody in that way. For the worldly people, they don't know it. They just don't know it. In the same way, you're asking all these questions. You have practiced a lot of years. The number one principle is you recognize your perfection and completeness. Okay, that's all the sutra of perfect enlightenment pointing to. It's a serial of drama or a show by 12 bodhisattvas, between 12 bodhisattvas and the Buddha, step by step, step by step, step by step. It's very interesting when I studied it. Wow, it's just unfold our questions, unfold the ignorance, unfold the truth until you are standing. You are now standing in the center of who you are, which is perfect, complete, sufficient, still, calm, non-changing, unlimited, unconditioned, infinitely big, infinite small, shapeless, formless, transparent, luminous. You see, the true self has many, many attributes. Recognize it and enjoy it. That this mechanism perpetuates identification with thoughts. Are thoughts always linked to one of these two mechanisms? I would say thoughts, feelings, emotions add some stuff. It's a it's an addition to something that may be neutral. Our human concepts or human understanding is such a subtle thing. For example, apples. Apples are neutral, but some people like to red apples, some people like green apples. They always based on the very neutral, non-judgmental facts. They add something on into it. Oh, red apple is better than green apple, and they have made comparisons. Apples are better than some other fruits. Their understanding are useful, practical, but not complete. Yes, thoughts always linked. Most time, I would say, most time linked to this mechanism. So your first question, that this mechanism perpetuate identification with thoughts. I agree that once you have a pushing or pulling, ego is there. Your identification is there. But thoughts is associated with identification or like ego. But thoughts also can be used to express your wisdom, to act as um, your understanding. And thoughts is practical and necessary in everyday life. So an enlightened person is not dead. He still lives in the world, involves in the world, doing different things, and thoughts is needed. So there's bodhisattvas even use this pulling and pushing to manifest, to let the disciples or students to see that pulling or pushing mechanism, but maybe later on he can letting go. So there's kind of just like a sutra of the perfect enlightenment. It will show you the pulling and pushing, but fundamentally or eventually, they're telling you a story or a field or a field of awareness that is beyond the pushing and pulling. Just be pure observer, and you can be pure observer without any identification. Hopefully, I answered your question. And here is Kristen. Good morning. Thank you. Here is a question for today. Answer time. Any insights into similarity, differences of Confucianism, Daoism, and Buddhism? Wow, cool. That's a very good. That's a very big question. Fundamentally, they are one thing, but focus on different perspective. Again, every road leads to Rome. Even Christianity leads to Rome if the Rome is the realization of ultimate truth. Every road leads to Rome. But only when you sit in the Rome, you know people are coming from which way. So Confucianism more for the morality. Be a good man, be filial to your parents, respect elders, look after the young. So, and also obey the senior, obey the. So in feudalism, in feudal time, in old time, you listen to the king or the queen. Show your respect to the superiors, but don't look down to the inferiors. All this kind of morality to be good men. Basically, that's Confucianism teaching. Of course, there's a later on Neo-Confucianism uh, that blend or mixed with Taoist teaching and Buddhist teaching. There's a so fund, but there's a different levels. But Confucianism more focused on to be good, to be ethical in the society, to be moral in the of the behaviors, something most like that. But again, if you're perfectly good, then your mind is pure, your heart is open, it's leading to the Rome or leading you to the ultimate realization too. No conflict. Taoism more focused on your starting from the body, health, longevity, health preservation, you know, immortality, that kind of idea. So, what is health? That's a big question. So, Taoism try to understand the nature, the uh, the Tao that can be named is not the eternal Tao. The first sentence in the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. If you study the 5,000 characters of Tao Te Ching, it is so complete. It's so how to say fundamental. If you Tao is the ultimate realization. Tao is Zen. So it matches the Zen of the Buddhism very well. But in Taoism, you just use the Tao. Tao is everywhere. Tao is formless, but every form is contained, is included. Tao and the De, so the merits of the Tao, the application of the pure awareness, or the application of cosmic intelligence, that everything you can see, a cell phone, a computer, a rocket in the sky, every technology and science and every civilization is the manifestation of the Tao through the individual body and mind, through the connective body and mind. Everything you can look, hear, listen, uh, hear, see, what you can taste, smell, touch, and think is the manifestation of the Tao. Okay, it's the application of the Tao, which is in a finite, localized form and name. But Tao is behind all these manifestation. Is infinite, is not finite, is formless. That's the Tao. And Buddhism starting from the mind, while Taoism starting from body. Body mind is one thing, but the starting point is a little bit different. But they again, every road leads to Rome. Buddhism tell you mind is everything. But mind, what you think is your world. Your world is what you think. But to have that clarity, to have that stability, you need to calm down the mind. You need to relax your body. So relaxation of the body or the health of the physical body, like matches or covers the Buddhism, the Daoism's aspect. Buddhism is more also contains a part of the morality to be good. Don't kill. Don't, the 5 precepts: no lying, no cheating, no hurting, no sexual misconduct, and so on. So that part covers Confucianism too. Actually, Confucianism, Daoism, Buddhism is just, how to say, talking about the ultimate truth, but starting from different perspective. Even Christianity have that part. Most people, they don't truly understand Jesus' teaching. There's some how to say, manipulation of the religion and the church. But let's don't say that part. If you really understand, love your enemy, that is very, very profound teaching, fundamental teaching. Love your enemy by Jesus. You're in the world, but you're not of this world. That's a Buddha's teaching too. You see, the ultimate truth is subject to no condition. No matter your Confucianism, your Taoism, your Buddhism, your Christianity, or any other religions, that's called ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is subject to no religion, no person, subject to nothing at all. But It contains in every religion, every person, every manifestation of the natural world, a tree, a star, the planet. In you, in me, in everybody else. Letting go all these concepts. Just be. All sages' teaching, no matter it's Daoism, Confucianism, Buddhism, or Christianity, are pointing to the ultimate truth. You, the awareness, is watching, observing everything else. I, and everything is not I. I, preserving, observing, perceiving what is not I. Let's say that's a negation, but what you're perceiving, feeling, touching, thinking is you. Affirmation. So all the teachings are pointing to this realization, okay? Oneness. Oneness or non-dual is the final realization. Everything is you. Enjoy and play. So now we have 3 participants, including me, 3 persons. So the ultimate truth or cosmic intellect is using your brain and body, your body and mind, my body and mind, to talk about itself. So it's a loop. We just like the 2 or 3 neurons of the cosmic brain talking about that. We are in the brain already, in the cosmic brain already, okay, as 3 individual neurons. But each these neurons has a huge brain too, a big brain, human brain. So we are in the ultimate truth right now, talking about itself, talking about that something is bigger or the true self, but that true self is manifested in this moment at this place in your body mind and my body mind, and in everybody's body mind, everyone's body mind. Once you realize it, you're awakened. This dialogue, this conversation is the activity of cosmic intelligence. The cosmic intelligence or cosmic mind is expressing itself and listen to itself and play with itself. I wish you have that. I can feel it's so beautiful. Like you're in the ocean in the form of a drop of water, but you're free from this individualized, localized form of water. Maybe you notice there's a pulling and pushing in the play with other drops. Everything is a drop in the water, okay? But you know, fundamentally, they are water, they're ocean, like you. So once you have that realization, you are safe. Pulling and pushing is a play of the waters, of the drops. But once you realize there's pushing and pulling, you're safe because you can let it go or make it less, lessen it, soften it. You're not holding it tight because you now know you're the entire ocean. Sometimes the ego will come back. Okay, I'm this little drop. It's okay, but once you realize you're imprisoned, the moment you realize you have that conflict arising from body mind, pulling and pushing, and discomfort in your body mind, the that conflict or the discomfort soften itself. That's the practice. That's a true practice, and you need everyone need that practice. That little bit conflict or pushing or pulling to have this real practice. The moment you have this pushing or pulling or discomfort of the body mind, you are practicing. You are letting go the years of habitual thinking and behavior. 悟后起修. So after you realizing there's an entire ocean behind this little drop, your practice starts. And you need that small conflict or discomfort or unpleasant feeling in your body, mind to practice. Is a real quiz, a real test for you. Every quiz and test is your chance to see your true self. Think that way. It's the place that you can see the nature of you, which is real, and the nature of the phenomenal world, which is unreal fundamentally. I use the negation here. I think that's all for today. Thank you.